Good morning, this is Josh Mast Gunworks. I just got back from the firehouse this morning and got a package I've been waiting on. I got a really good deal on a scope from a Black Friday purchase. I'm had the opportunity to become a dealer for a newer company called Arken Optics. I believe they're based out of Colorado. I'll check that and correct that statement if it's incorrect. But they're run by veterans. They're good guys. I've had several chances to talk to one of the owners. Good people, and I thought I'd give their product a shot. I don't like to suggest things to customers that I don't think are good. So as I test this and evaluate it, I wanted to take the time to share the experience with you and give you the opportunity to make your own decision. I don't like to spend money on stuff unless I think it's good quality. I chose to purchase this scope because based on what I was seeing and hearing from the people I talked to that have them and the guys that run the company, I felt like it was something worth checking out. It sounded like a quality optic. So without further ado, I'm just gonna unbox some things, show them to you. I ordered a mount as well. It's called the Rigid Light. It's a one-piece. It's made out of aluminum. And one of the things I noticed right away is this feels good. I know it sounds kind of odd, but when you buy something and you pick it up, feel it in your hand, sometimes you can just tell this is cheap, and I shouldn't have spent my money on this. That is not the case with this. It feels rugged. One of the things I noticed they did with their mounts in particular that I've never seen anybody else do, they took the time to engrave the torque specification. So this is the part that mounts to your rail that holds it to your rifle. You're to torque it to 30 inch-pounds. And here on the rings, so I get it to focus a little better, you're to torque this to 18 inch-pounds. So right away they've taken all the guesswork out of how much tightness, I guess, you need to put on this to hold it properly. Like I said, I've never seen another company do that, and I've put on a lot of scopes. It comes with an Allen key. It's a nice little extra. I hate having to go find tools to do stuff, and I think it's great when a manufacturer just puts it in the box. The scope I got is the SH-4. They have 3, and this was one of the more economical ones. See on, maybe not because of the glare on the end of the box. It is a 4 to 14 by 44 millimeter, so it's variable power from 4 power to 14 power, and then it's got a 44 millimeter objective, and it's a first focal plane, which means as I adjust between 4 power and 14 power, that reticle in my field of view is going to get bigger, so that way the graduations on the scope, like if you have a mil dot reticle, they stay the same distance, so you're able to accurately range find and make quick adjustments for elevation and windage. So scope out here. Comes with an Allen key. Comes with a cleaning cloth, and it's in this nifty little fold-up envelope. It's got their company logo on it. Comes with a set of caps. These are just clear plastic, and therefore protecting your glass lenses. It's got a lot of foam on it, which is good. Helps it stay protected in shipping. So on the top here, this is your elevation reticle, or I'm sorry, turret. Each click is 0.1 milradian. So a milradian is approximately 3.6 inches at 100 yards, or 3.6 minutes of angle, and that will multiply as you go out. So at 200 yards it's 7.2, at 300 yards I think it's 10.8, all the way up to 1,000 is 36 inches. They have a sunshade they've included. With the, you hear guys talk about minutes of angle. Basically, a minute of angle is an inch at 100 yards, and just like the mill, that multiplies as you go out. So 1 inch at 100, 2 inches at 200, 3 inches at 300, out to 1,000 is 10 inches. So 1 minute of angle stays 1 minute of angle. Just based on your yardage, you need to do a little bit of simple math and figure out how many inches that is. So the sunshade screws onto the end, and it's like wearing a visor. Just helps keep the sunlight from glaring on the lens and keeping that glare out of your eye. They have a parallax adjustment, so you've got a couple different ways to focus this. You got your focus here, which will move this lens in and out, so you get a clear view of your reticle. And then based on whether you're shooting at 10 yards, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, all the way out to 500 or infinite, you could adjust the focus there too, because if you have a rifle scope set up and it is focused well at 500 yards, it's going to be less clear and potentially fuzzy something up close, say 75 yards. So what this does is it just helps adjust the focus so your reticle's good and clear, and your sight picture on whatever you're taking a shot at is good and clear as well. So these knobs for your up and down adjustment and your left right are pretty beefy. You can feel the click, and you can also hear it really well, and it's not like they're super easy to move, but you don't have to get a pair of channel locks to turn these either. So I'm sure you can hear that. The way these are made, once you get your zero set, say you sighted in at 100 yards, and that's where you want your 0 point to be. Once you get the scope set, you can take the cap off, turn it to where the 0 is lined up with the hash mark, set it back down, tighten these Allen head screws up, and then you can set your 0 stop. That way you're not able to adjust below that point. You can adjust up all you want. When you come back down to 0, you get a hard stop at whatever yardage you chose to make it your zero. There's not one for the windage, because these guys that do turret adjustments, that shoot competition, or their job is being a gunfighter for good old US of A, you don't want a zero stop on this, because I may need to adjust right, I may need to adjust left. It's based on what the wind's doing at my target, and if I put a zero stop on here, that's going to severely limit my ability to adjust my windage to the left if I need to, or to the right if I need to. So that's why you typically only see it on the top here. But anyway, I'm going to get this mounted. I've got a 6.5 Creedmoor and a Savage bolt action that I've custom built, and we're going to see how this thing does. So as I continue on with this journey of testing and reviewing this thing, I'll keep you guys up to date. And if you're convinced that this is a scope you want to try out, feel free to contact me. You can find me on Facebook, or you just give me a call. My email is josh@j, the word and the letter B, mast, MAST.com. You can also email me, and I'll give you a quote for what one of these would cost. So, and they have an online catalog as well if you want to look one up. So, working on.